their parents are daily wages.
Yeah.
They don't know tomorrow if they will have food also in their house. They're still surviving. I would say that's the best I have learned from them, that there's so many problems, but you survive. You fight. What do I don't have that I crave for in life? I don't know really.
We began our journey like this empty passage, with no idea of how to go about things, with no idea of what to expect, just an empty mind. We were here to know about an organization called Teach for India, but what we didn't know is that this experience would bring so many changes in our lives. Our first interaction on site was with Teach for India's second-year fellow, Miss Sabha, who at the tender age of 20 decided that this was the path she had to choose.
Okay, my name is Sabha. I'm 22. I'm from Jahind. I studied English literature and I've been working with Teach for India for the past 2 years. This is a first-year intervention school. So we were the first fellows who walked into the school. The school had they were never affiliated with Teach for India before this. A lot of warmth. I wasn't a very warm person when I began. I was more of a, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this is how I'm going to deal with the kids, this is what they need to do, this is what they need to learn. And like I realized afterwards that you should just like let them be. So yeah, warmth. I think I'm grounded now compared to what I was, and patient. The biggest problem, I think, opening up to the kids. I kept this guard that my personal life is my personal life, and they don't need to know about that, and I don't need to tell them my issues. Like I just have to solve their problems. So I think once I let that go, I think
Isn't that a problem all of us face? We surround ourselves with so many boundaries and make communication difficult for no reason. Now we move on to the journey of Tanishka.
Education. We all say that education is really important to change a man, to make him become what he wants to become, to help him grow and develop. But how many of us actually value the opportunities we get and strive hard to make education more important and useful in our lives? By meeting the kids of Teach for India, I actually learned what and how could I actually use an opportunity up to its best. Those kids really got the light that I had never seen. They made me realize that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter where you belong, it's all about your dreams. And what I learned was, wherever I come from, wherever I am, it doesn't matter. It's all about where I want to be. These kids, they spoke to me about everything they wanted to do, everything they are doing. They taught me a new way of living. They taught me it's not important to have the best. It's important to make the best out of what you have. They taught me that it doesn't matter if God hasn't blessed you now, but you can use it and bless yourself with whatever He has given.
Now, from the journey of an extrovert to the journey of an introvert, Kalvit Jain has his own experience to share.
I have lived a very quiet life throughout my childhood, probably because of the fear that people will constantly judge me for what I say, what I do, of the fear that they will make fun of me. Hence, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to go to the school associated with Teach for India. Looking at the kids, interacting with them ignited a fire in me, especially this kid who was so fearless and so involved in his dance, which inspired me and improved my confidence, and once it felt like I was in his boots dancing. This journey has changed the way I look towards life. Now I feel that life is all about maximizing the opportunity that you thrive for without really thinking of others, think of you.
Aman had come with his own preconceived notions and apprehensions. Did the place conform to his notions? Let's find out.
When the topic was given to us, I was really not interested to go to a municipal school. I had this stereotype that the kids in the municipal school are very ill-mannered and they don't have any etiquettes. But when I went there, what I saw was completely different from what I had thought. The kids there were really very cute. They were just so excited seeing us, saying hello, coming and hugging us, and showing so much love and affection. They were full of energy and so humble. I really had fun over there, and this visit taught me a lesson for life. That is, we should not hold any stereotypes. You'll never know the actual reality until and unless you go and try to figure it out.
Our second interview was with Miss Parimal, for whom the journey as a fellow has been rather emotional.
So Teach for India has come to the school for the first time last year. So it's been 2 years since we've been here, and it was a struggle because these kids come from all over. There's Hindu, Muslims, there's a lot of different communities, and what happened was like when we initially came in, they were like completely refusing to listen to us. So they didn't know. In fact, my class didn't even know the concept of a teacher in class. So they used to, whoever was there before would just come in, give them something on the board and leave. So they were like very, very notorious. Like I still have till date like some kids who just like get up and run out of class. But frankly speaking, after the 2 years of working at Teach for India and working with these kids, like with their parents, with the school, I think these kids are brilliant. Like I mean, they're just so amazing, so talented. They're gonna like they're now independent. They have an idea of what's out there in the world for them. Like they know how to conduct themselves with any visitor who comes in. They have so much of exposure and access. They have so much they've like learned a lot of values. Academically wise, like we see them growing. Like a normal school, I can't consider a different school with this. The amount of growth that these kids have done is like phenomenal. Like I see kids growing like 5 levels a year in English and maths. With other kids, you wouldn't know whether that's the teacher doing it, but with these kids, I know it is all the effort that me and my team is doing, and we just see it. And these kids are just going to go far. Like definitely, some of them will be in college for sure. I've just learned so much. Like I think my biggest teachers right here have been the kids and have been my team. So I've been blessed with like a brilliant Teach for India, like all my other co-fellows here, and literally everything that they, the way we work, teamwork, and all the values, like something that you don't learn when you're in a job. But this job has just been like such a brilliant thing. Like you're working like super hard, but you're enjoying every single moment of it, and this has just been that. So I've been really lucky, and that's I think my biggest learning has been. I think wherever I go on from now on, I'll try to aim for what I've gotten here, and that's what I am looking for. This is my final year. In fact, I'm getting done. I'm getting done in like 2 more days. So
That
yeah.
must be bad.
It's been tough. I think this last month, this last week especially has been tough because what we tried to do was we tried to get the parents on board to tell them that we weren't going to be around, and like just to break it to the kids. Like we don't want to tell the kids, okay, tomorrow we are not going to be there next year, so don't like goodbye and everything. So we broke it to them gently, and the parents have been like really exceptional in helping us deal with the kids' types. And I think the kids have understood it now. Like we have 3rd grade and 4th grade, so that's like between 8 to 12-year-old kids, and they've just been so accepting, and they're obviously feeling really bad about it. They keep telling us, Didi, don't go. They're like, goodbye, Didi, and they come and hug you randomly out of the blue. But it's been tough because every day you're thinking like, okay, I'm going to get up one day and not have to think about school. And even thinking about what I'll do after this is getting challenging because this is all I know for right now. Like, I've obviously developed skills and all. Yeah, and it's not just been mine, like whatever kids go through, that's been what I go through. So that's going to be like challenging to just stop. So, but the kids have promised me that they're going to call me every day, and like I'm going to keep coming back to the school. Like we've decided to keep in touch with the new teachers and stuff. So we are making backup plans for ourselves. We get cards, like handwritten beautiful cards. So when we started school, we'd get like letters with words on them, like Didi, this, and so kids didn't know English. Now we get like 2 pages saying, Didi, I will miss you, I remember this, I remember that. And just seeing that and getting that is like just, I think that's the biggest thing.
How mere written words can give such happiness, such satisfaction is unbelievable, isn't it? For Akhil, the experience was different. Let's hear that out, shall we?
Teach for India was a different but a great experience which I came across through in my life. It truly taught me about what it meant to give back to society through education. This is a society where we as children get so much from, whether it was education, money, a proper house. We got everything that we required from our parents. And it truly taught us that if we give this education back to these children, maybe one day they could learn to get the same for themselves. The fellows clearly made us realize through their interviews that it is our responsibility to give back to society. Whether it was Chandu, Akbar, Muhammad Ali, Irfan, and what they wanted to become in their future. Whether it was a firefighter, a doctor, a businessman. It truly taught us about how hard they worked to achieve these things. Whether it was listening to teachers, learning English, reading storybooks, they were clearly trying their level best to make sure that their teachers were happy and so that they could achieve their dreams in the future. The biggest lesson which Teach for India taught me was about how arrogance always gets the better of us. When I saw these children studying without absolutely no arrogance and just listening to their teachers so peacefully, studying in the heat, even though they come from such poor backgrounds, they never complain and they cry when their fellows were going to leave in a few days. It truly taught me about how we, since we get so much from society, are so arrogant in life, and that is an attitude which we need to get rid of. Since they get so less and we get so much, we start to take things for granted, and that is the one thing which I will definitely change about myself. Whether it is listening to my teachers or paying more attention in class or studying more, I think arrogance is one thing which I will completely wipe out as a student in my future in every prospect.
Nirvek cartwheeled his way into the children's heart.
Well, my experience with the Teach for India was thought-provoking and amusing at the same time. Our general assumption with the underprivileged children is that they are poor and hence they have no respect for people, no respect for the things they have. But that's an illusion I'm proud that I'll have to break. The kids at Teach for India are so warm, so welcoming, so nice, so disciplined, and most importantly, they have the ability to listen, a skill that all of us, I'm afraid to say, lack. Which makes me think, is that they who are really underprivileged or us? Because as I can see it, it is only they who are maximizing their opportunities to the fullest.
There are few teachers in your life that can inspire you, that can enthrall you. And Amrita ma'am, though not our teacher, was one of them.
I think I have so many years of work experience, still I found it very challenging because it's not about where you're coming from, how much knowledge do you have or what you have done in the past. It's about do you understand what the objective is about doing this. It's just not to get a certification, it is just not to say that I'm working as a teacher, but I'm actually making someone like me, my own self. And this is what I exactly said when I had joined Teach for India Fellowship. That I want to see two people becoming like me because I really feel I am good. It's simple as that. And if tomorrow these kids have those values, that culture in place, academics is something you can work on. English is you will learn one day by default. But
gaining those values is what's the main challenge.
Those things are by default going to the kids. But what are we majorly focusing on? At least I am focusing on is this. You have to be really grounded. Now, I was sitting in an office which had AC and I never thought I would work in a school which never had fans also. So you have to come prepared. That's what I'm saying. The challenge lies here. All these things are small challenges, but they are the real challenges. Because when you challenge yourself and still deliver what is expected is what is required for this role. Nothing else. You come and I have this degree, I'm an MBA marketing, I have worked for 10 years, I know everything about the world, but I can't understand a kid. So that's not done. Because that is the future, that is the way you know yourself better and how you can mold someone. It's a very good question because that's where the challenge lies. Now today they are 6 hours in school and they are doing what they are saying, fine.
But then 18 hours at home.
18 hours at home plus one the parent investment.
Okay.
So, see, the upbringing matters everything in life, believe me or not, but it does. So, if you go to the best of the school, but your in-house environment is not good, the 18 hours are there. and we will also face challenges and we'll also fall somewhere. But then we have to be very strong about what we. That's why I said in the beginning only, the objective has to be really clear. And if you are honestly enough, believe me, all these little bit challenges are nothing in front of you. Nothing. They are nothing. Physically, mentally, they are nothing.
So get up, why don't you? It's your time to teach. It's your time to share. It's your time to learn. But most importantly, it's your time to make the difference. Not only in others, but also in yourself.